buy, you need a recipe, tools, and ingredients. And it's the same with building wealth. But most people never bother looking at the recipe or put wealth on their GPS and wonder why they never get there. Look, we run the largest private network of high net worth individuals. And these are 15 ingredients you need to get rich. Welcome to Alex, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Desire and hunger number 1. Desire and hunger. Now, wanting money is common, but being unwilling to stay poor is a lot more rare. Most people wish they were rich, but there's a small percentage of you who can't sleep at night because they are not where they want to be in life. Not everyone is born with this hunger eating them from inside. Your broke reality is physically harming you, and you would do anything to break free. People who grew up poor don't romanticize poverty. They escape it. This means going to bed hungry, waking up hungry, and all you can think about is success. Over 70% of self-made millionaires grew up middle class or poor. Desire means knowing exactly what you want and not being satisfied until that desire is fulfilled. When those two come together, the only options left are success or death. The next ingredient, number 2, vision and belief, is vision and belief. So first of all, you need to see things that other people can't see yet. Second, you need the belief that it is in your power to make those things become reality, be it a product, a service, a business, a life, a relationship, or anything else that would pave your path to the life you want. Very few people have a vision for their lives. Out of them, even fewer have a belief that the vision is achievable. People who write down specific goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. The mediocre will call you delusional. They'll even laugh if you tell them about your vision because their limited minds cannot see what you see. They don't know what you're capable of. Vision creates direction. Belief creates persistence even when evidence is missing. Number 3, time and timing. Time is a cheat code. 90% of Warren Buffett's net worth was made after the age of 50. Use time to your advantage. The earlier you start, the less brilliant you need to be. You want to hear something ridiculous but true. If you do something for 10 years, you will become successful at it. No matter what it is. Just don't give up. Wealth is mostly about staying in the game long enough and trying little variations of what you're doing until you get enough data to make adjustments. A lot will change in a decade. In that window of time, there will be some timing opportunities that allow you to branch out into wealth, but you have to be in the game to see them. Number 4, charisma and eloquence. Charisma and eloquence. Look, nobody gets rich by themselves. You can make a decent living, but not rich. Communication skills account for up to 85% of career success. Technical skills only about 15%. You will have to convince other people to help you get rich. They'll give you their time and effort, and in return you give them some money and a sense of purpose. At least in the early days, money flows to people who can explain value clearly. Charisma means people will gravitate around you. Eloquence means you're able to articulate and paint a mental picture for them of that vision that only you can see. It enacts belief in them even if there's nothing there in the beginning. Charisma is learnable. Eloquence is practiced. Networking and mentorship. Number 5. Networking and mentorship. Even the best seed will die planted in infertile soil. Networking is just a fancy way of saying building relationships. Almost everyone starts off with 0 relationships, and very few of them come naturally. Most of them are totally engineered. Education is one. Memberships, hobbies, common interest, business deals. Being around people who make money normalizes making money. You don't start with everything you need, but the more you build your network, the more you can leverage it. Want to hire someone? Ask your network. Have a legal, accounting, or technical problem? Ask your network. Need money? Ask your network. As you build up this networking ingredient, it is important for other people to take you under their wing and show you how it's really done. Around 70% of high-paying opportunities come through referrals and networks. Going through life without mentors is one of the dumbest things you could do. Mentors have walked the path that you're walking. They save you years and millions of dollars in the long run, not to mention that they provide something extraordinary. Money proximity. They are closer to money than you are. They are better at getting money than you are, and their network is richer than your network. It becomes less about contacts and more about standards. The rich know how expensive not having a network and a mentor is. If you make over $1 million a year, go to Alex. Como app and join the network. We'll see you on the inside. Number 6, grit, Grit, determination, and self-motivation. Determination and self-motivation. Getting ahead in life is simple. You need to put in the work when others wouldn't. Grit is the ability to keep executing long after motivation, excitement, and external validation are gone. Grit is sustained by effort toward a long-term goal despite boredom, doubt, slow progress, and repeated setbacks. It is not intensity. It is not talent. It's not working hard for a week. Grit shows up when results are delayed. Progress is invisible. Nobody is watching. Quitting would feel justified, and continuing feels pointless. Grit is not passion. It is an internal obligation to not give up. It's choosing progress over everything else. You are determined to win. If you can outlast people, you can outperform them. You don't rest on Saturdays and Sundays. If you're broke, you can't afford to. God built the whole universe before taking a day off. You didn't build, but you're out and about on a Wednesday. Motivation is unreliable. Self-motivation is execution without permission or applause. This is where talk turns into action. Without this, grit never gets tested. Ownership and leverage. Number 7. Ownership and leverage. Now, this is the inflection point. Salary is linear. Ownership is exponential. If this doesn't happen, you stay capped forever. Rich people own stuff. You need to own things, starting with yourself. Own your time. Own your business. Own the building. Own things of value. They understand what leverage is. Leverage is getting outsized result from the same unit of effort. Here are the 5 most common examples of leverage. People, that's labor leverage. Capital, financial leverage. Code, technology or software leverage. Media, content leverage. And influence, social or network leverage. The more you have, the higher the output per unit of input. Basic math and financial literacy. Number 8. Basic math and financial literacy. Financially literate households accumulate 2 to 3 times more wealth over their lifetime. I'm bad with numbers is a choice. It's ignorance, and ignorance is the most expensive tax. Basic math means understanding how much you earn per hour and how many hours you work. It means understanding how much of your earned money you pay in taxes. It means understanding how much is left after your expenses. This builds a skill called capital discipline. Once you've got financial literacy, you can understand, explain, and verbalize money. You won't spend your money as poorly. You won't get yourself into bad deals because now you understand the terms of the deal. You won't spend more than you make. You will invest first and then live off what's left. Not like poor people, how they spend first and then never have money to invest. You will learn how to deduct expenses so you keep more of your money. And this has to be you. You need to understand this at least on a fundamental level if you have any shot at not dying broke and miserable. Ability to sell and market. Number 9. The ability to sell and market. If you can sell, you'll never be broke. If you cannot sell, you will always depend on someone else who can. Everything you do in life will require you to sell. Sell your boss on giving you a promotion. Sell employees into working for you. Sell the pretty girl into dating you. Selling is how you turn effort into money. And both marketing and sales can be learned. It's not shady or manipulative as some will make you believe. Selling is clearly communicating value to the right person at the right time so that a mutually beneficial transaction occurs. Value doesn't matter if nobody knows it exists or you're not able to explain it. Selling means convincing one person at a time. Marketing means selling to a lot of people at the same time. The harsh reality that most people avoid is that the market does not reward effort. The market does not reward intelligence. The market rewards perceived value. Most people have never heard of the sales ladder despite it being the natural path of building wealth. Level 1. Sell your time, work, or freelance. Level 2. Sell outcomes, results-based pricing. Level 3. Sell products, one-to-many. Level 4. Sell systems, subscriptions, licensing. And Level 5. Sell ownership, equity, and brands. Every level you achieve builds more wealth for you. Growth mindset. Number 10. Growth mindset. Your income is capped by how fast you can learn. This isn't some kind of law of attraction, all right? It is a belief that skills, judgment, and outcomes are improvable through effort and feedback. Growth mindset compounds because learning speed increases over time. Skills stack on top of each other. Confidence becomes evidence-based, so you become more confident in your ability to make the right call. Mistakes get cheaper relative to the upside, so you're more comfortable rolling the dice. People with a growth mindset escape bad starts. People without it waste good ones. If you don't believe you can improve, you won't even try long enough to find out. Here are some examples of what a growth mindset actually looks like. And this is how the lack of a growth mindset is keeping people poor. The rich spend between $20,000 and $50,000 per year on self-development. They invest in themselves because a return is there. Do you have a growth mindset? How much did you invest in your personal development last year? If you're ready for a change, scan the QR code on screen right now and get 25% off the Alex app today. Poor people stay poor because they think investing in themselves is too expensive. Design number 11. Design. Look, companies with strong design outperform competitors by over 200% long-term. Design is how value feels. It's how a product works. Design makes a product good. It makes people feel safe saying yes. Good design removes thinking, answers, objections in advance, and makes a decision feel obvious. If you win with a product, you don't need to market it as much. Design is not decoration. It's what makes a decision to purchase easy. Every serious business problem eventually becomes a design problem. Confusion kills sales, hesitation kills trust, and complexity kills scale. The businesses that win are not louder or cheaper. They are simpler. They make choosing them feel like the default. Good design reduces friction. It increases trust, justifies premium pricing, and scales reputation. It's like a silent salesperson that works 24/7. Low-level businesses compete on price. High-level businesses compete on experience. Distribution number 12, distribution. Products with strong distribution capture 5 to 10 times more market share than superior but unknown alternatives. The best product doesn't win. The best distributed product does. You need to control distribution if you want to control your destiny. Distribution is how your value finds people without you being present. Most people don't have a business problem. They've got a distribution problem. Almost everyone on planet Earth does not know you exist and has no way of giving you money. They know other businesses exist, so they give them money to them. YouTube is distribution for us here at Alex. You wouldn't know we had an app if we didn't tell you about it in these videos. If you're not building distribution, you're rebuilding from zero every single day. Trust and using other people's money number 13. Trust and ability to get or use other people's money. Wealth scales through trust. Your money is limited. Other people's money is not. If people trust you, capital finds you. Over 80% of venture capital goes to repeat founders or trusted operators. People don't invest in ideas. They invest in people they trust. Trust is predictability under pressure. You do what you say. You protect downside. You communicate early. And you don't disappear when things break. Trust compounds faster than money. Money seeks competence, and rich people always look for competent ones who can deploy their money for them. Number 14. Tools. Tools. Remember the recipe metaphor from the intro? You need tools. You need the machinery. You need the software. Tools allow you to do better work, do work faster, do more work per unit of time, do work you couldn't do before, and sometimes it allows others to do work instead of you. The farmer who learned to use a tractor crushed the farmer who used a horse. The same thing happened with the internet, and the same thing is happening now with AI, but you're ignoring it. In 2026, being undertold is a choice. And number 15, patience and long-term thinking. Poor people think in days. Middle class think in months or quarters. The upper middle class thinks in years. And the rich, well, they think in decades. And with the advances in longevity in biotech, they are starting to think in centuries. If the fundamentals haven't changed, stick with it. Most plans will eventually get you to where you want to go if you can stick with them for long enough. Patience is increasingly hard for this generation, and long-term thinking does not come naturally in the context where everything is changing so fast. Impatience is one of the most expensive habits. But as we said, some fundamentals will stay true. Focus on your craft and keep dripping your earnings into those fundamentals, and on a long enough time horizon, you will be rich. It'll happen much sooner than you expect. Most people would be rich if they stopped interrupting themselves. So, we want to know what's one ingredient to get rich that you think we missed. Let us know in the comments. And since most of you will probably answer with some variation of luck to this, which is a valid point. By the way, bonus, let's do a bonus on it. Manufacturing luck. Look, yes, some people were born into rich families. Get over it. Stop being so hypocritical about it. If you do this right, the goal is for your kid to be born into a rich family. Okay? So, we're going to say this slowly and listen carefully. Luck is manufactured by increasing your exposure to opportunity through skill, visibility, and repetition while staying in the game long enough for randomness to work in your favor. People don't get lucky by waiting. They get lucky by moving, shipping, and positioning themselves where upside can happen repeatedly. You have to be in the room to get chosen. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. The challenge for true Luxers in 2026 is owning attention. While most people still outsource their thinking, AI is leveling the playing field in terms of thinking. So, the way you manufacture your luck is through your personality. Show your humanity in a world of M-dashes and you're golden. If you want to get lucky and eventually rich, you have to get attention. For the few of you who watch until the end, put an exclamation mark in the comments so we know you're not a bot like everybody else. We'll see you back here next time, my friend. Until then, take care.